Some of you want me to talk about the rat czar in New York. Wow, this is really getting away from me already. Let's get out. Thank you, Albie. Let's get out. No. I thought you were trying to get me out. I didn't know you were coming with the double T. Notice how Albie's not saying break. When I just referenced the rat czar take, Alvin took his hand off the take button and went to the double T. Oh, it's okay for me to break format for that, eh, Albie? All right, when we return, who knows, right? This thing's already off the rails. It's my job to get it back, and I will. Here is your sports update. And y'all want me to talk about the rat czar. I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to drag me into this to catch me and to pin me down and say, all right, you'll talk about the rat czar, but you won't bring back the rat family. You're a hypocrite. Did what you said that we're not allowed to do, so therefore you have to do it. I know you're trying to drag me into this. Van Smack. I don't want to talk about Dan Snyder or the play-in tournament or the 9-year-old. Get to the New York City rat czar take. Regards, Coach K, the unit, and Gary Gaetti. K has nothing to do with that. Nothing. If you want to put Gaetti in there, go right ahead. I mean, I hate to say it, look at him. If you want to put the unit in there, go ahead. I hate to say it, but go ahead and look at him. If you want to put Corey Pavin in there, I hate to say it, but go ahead, look at him. If you want to put the Wax Man in there, go ahead, look at him, and make him the king. The Wax Man is the ultimate rat. He has certain rat-like tendencies. If you want to put Emo Fittipaldi in there, go ahead. Keep Coach K's name out your mouth. And we're not doing it anyway. It doesn't exist anyway. Hey, Chalk, you have roots. You've spent time in the city. What about a rat czar? Are there rats in New York City? Hey, you know what we need, Chalk? Put your headphones on, talk to me. We need rats. We need a rat czar here in our building. Never mind New York City. Albie and I need a rat czar in this studio.
Am I right? General rodent czar, yeah.
Well, a rat czar to be accurate. You tell me, dude, did you ever see a rat in all your time in New York?
Did I ever see a rat? How about thousands? Yeah, how about every single day?
And what are they like? Are they big?
Big, they're gross, and they aren't afraid of people because they're around people all the time. I was just telling them in here, when in the winter it gets so cold, right outside our New York City studios of CBS Sports Radio, it gets so cold sometimes that when you park your car, the rats run out of the sewers to jump into the insides of your car to warm up.
That's incredible. That's disgusting.
That's life.
Rats get cold?
It's rat life.
Rats get cold?
Apparently the rats get cold.
They jump into your car. Rats are like, what are you looking at? You don't look a rat in the eye, man. That's a reason to go with a rat. So they have a rat czar. So what does the rat czar do? Come up with the strategy to kill all the rats?
Guess so, yeah. Count for them all and then kill them all?
How do you become a rat czar? Do you have to run for rat czar? Is it a public election?
I think you're appointed. I think it's an appointment.
By whom?
Mayor?
Huh?
A city appointment.
Are there little kids growing up aspiring to be the rat czar? Are there colleges, like, can you get a degree in czarism?
Have to imagine there have been some young clones that have grown up dreaming of being a rat.
Yeah, are you technically a politician? What does that pay? Can you imagine getting up every single morning plotting ways to kill the millions of rats in the sewer?
Clearly, I need to do more research on the rat czar.
Please do. Actually, we may actually do a take on this.
Monday take.
I want to know. All right, thank you very much. A rat czar. Can you imagine being the guy who's like in front of all of his constituents and all plotting, and he's like, I am the rat czar. Mission accomplished. Better days are ahead. Make the sewage system great again. Can make hats with giant rats on them. The rat czar. How'd you get that job? Went to law school. Graduated at the top of my class. A minor in rodentry. Master's in extermination. Actually did my residence at this exterminating firm. At Czar. Fascinated now. entered in pesticides. Kid, I went around killing bugs. Always had a fascination with bugs. Pesticides and pesticides. A lot of time visiting with and talking to Nick Saban about rat poison.
Rat poison.
Come to find out that had nothing to do with it, so I checked that off the list, but I had to find out for myself. Found the best cheese
Rat poison.
with which to entice the rats with. Look at this guy. Platform. What are you running on to win the Rat Czar position? My plan. Here's my platform. I am going to find the most gigantic piece of cheese known to mankind right in Central Park and wait for the rats to come and start eating from it. And then blow the whole thing up. They run like little rats to the voting booth. Start checking this dude's name, whoever it is. Yeah, we're not talking about the Rat Czar. The Rat Czar's got nothing to do with anything around here. Double T. Romy. Is Rat Czar what Dodger Jano calls you when you go out to the grotto to fish the rodents' lifeless bodies out of the water? Regards, Geoff in Lincoln. That's fair. That's a fair question. And one of his better ones. Hey, if you want another reason to not like me, here it is. No. No, that's not what she calls me. No, I don't do that. I admitted it. I don't do that. I'm not pulling that rat out of that grotto. Or maybe I'll wait until a rat does walk into it. No, I let the pool guy deal with that. Or the gardener. Or Dodger Jano. No, just kidding. That's usually not my deal. I draw the line at rats. I'm not a big rat fan. I'm not a big rat guy. I once had Alvin come over and do it. Dude, are you being serious about this? I am, Alvin. Dude, like, it's one thing to have me get the roaches at the studio, but to have me come from Moreno Valley on Saturday to pull a rat out of your grotto is kind of a big ask, dude. Is that a yes or a no, Alvy? Alvin, I don't know how to say this other than, can you get your ass over here right now? I've got a rat. Hello? That rat is not going to fish itself out of my grotto. Dude, like, Mill and I have plans. Yeah, I know. You're going to have sex like you always do. We can do that later on. Alvin, I need you here right now. There is a rat floating on its back in my grotto. All right, dude, take it easy. I need to get a little net first. Get to the chopper! WNY water cooler. To be the Rat Czar, you have to be a practitioner of rat finkism. Regards, Larry Bonds.
What do you think about Jose Canseco ratting out other guys?
Well, he's a practitioner of rat finkism, so it's sensationalism, and people like to get sensational news. But I support Larry Bonds.
An incredible pull on a Flashback Friday. Chuck, do you believe that? I love it when something happened so long ago that the latest members of the crew have no idea. Let me run that back one more time. Back in the day, you'll find this very hard to believe, but one of the top 3 or 4 interviews on this show back in the day consistently was the bombastic and completely over-the-top Don King. I did so many interviews with Don King back in the day, and this was an exchange that we had back in the day, Don King and I.
What do you think about Jose Canseco ratting out other guys?
Well, he's a practitioner of rat finkism, so it's sensationalism, and people like to get sensational news. But I support Larry Bonds.
That's so old that there's no date. He supports Larry Bonds. That's why WNY Water Cooler Road. To be the Rat Czar, you have to be a practitioner of rat finkism. Regards, Larry Bonds.
What do you think about Jose Canseco ratting out other guys?
Well, he's a practitioner of rat finkism, so it's sensationalism, and people like to get sensational news. But I support Larry Bonds.
Is that not an amazing response? He is a practitioner of rat finkism and sensationalism, and people have to get the news. Therefore, I support Larry Bonds. Don King is 91 now.